What is going on, my Axie fam? Elijah here, back with another video, and today I've got one I am very excited about. Many of you know that Axie Classic has been popping off lately, and for good reason. There are so many new features. There is an in-game tournament happening right now. This is an incredible feature that I am so hyped about and having so much fun playing. The first event has been titled the Grand Tournament. We just made it from round 4 into round 5, and then from round 5 it'll be competing down eventually to a single winner who will win a Mystic Axie. In my opinion, this shows me how seriously Sky Mavis is taking this game again. We also have a big tweet from Jiho that Classic has breached 150,000 monthly active users. That is crazy considering the climate of crypto that we are in right now. And so I do want to talk about all of the new features that are coming out, including a new game mode called the Cursed Coliseum that is highly addicting, super fun, and competitive. And I really want to talk about the future of SLP earnings as well, because we've had announcements around that coming back. But I'm going to save all that for a later video, and today I'm going to be focusing on gameplay from this huge tournament that's happening, because round 4 was extremely difficult compared to the previous ones. I faced some juggernauts and it made for a couple of great games. So if you are playing Classic and interested in outplays and metas and decision making, hopefully this video will appeal to you. So this is a team that I love. I've placed in the top 100 with this team. It is really balanced. You often will see like a hairbird on the back line with an Aqua at the mid, let's say with Arco and Scarab. That's one of the most popular Classic builds ever. But when you play it with the Immortal bug, having the last one is really important, and maximum bird damage and speed is important, because this bug is bad against, let's just say, Aquas, and very good against so many other builds. And even against Aquas, it can hold its own if you play your cards right. Having like such high output of damage against those classes with a bird is a lot better than like having hair on the tail, for instance. Up front, you want some beast and bug damage as well, because we're kind of lacking it. Yeah, we have Parasite, but that's it, and you don't really want to randomly play mosquitoes in the game. You want to save those for later opportunities. So it's all about timing and rhythm with this team. You want to make sure that you're thinking about when you egg. You want to be usually closing out the game with your bug. Yeah, in some cases where the team might not have any speed up capabilities, you can just wait it out and then finish the game with your bird. In a lot of cases, let your bug die. But a lot of teams, they do have a speed up, whether it's Koi or Arco. And then if it's not a speed up Axie, you're probably playing against a team where you want your bug to finish it out, like lunge teams or reflectiles. And in those cases, you want to sacrifice your bird and the game with your bug. Well, 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 if it isn't MVP Thunderstruck, a true Axie Infinity legend. Here we are up against a build that I actually saw twice in this bracket, and this is to my point that there are much higher meta builds that I'm running into. I got a lot of double discard bug with an Aqua, and this is a really beefy frontliner with a lot of shield. And this is kind of like an Immortal Aqua at the midline, where you can heal up, you can play bumpy for shield growth, and you have Bone Sail giving you so much shield, decent damage, and you keep drawing cards. So you can gain energy with Nemos, draw cards, do damage. It is an absolute beast of an Axie. On the back line, that's his big time damage dealer. It's a lot of beast damage that's going to help you chew through the plants, that's going to help you chew through Dusks and Lunge teams. So this is a really nice, well-rounded build by Thunderstruck. Now, because he has Goda, because he has Rice as well, I'm really not looking to mess around versus him, and I'm going straight in for damage in round 1. This is my typical play style against these sorts of builds. I don't always do it, but I also feel kind of unfavored in the matchup a little bit. Although I will say it's close, this Aqua can be a real danger for me and a real problem for me in the late game, especially if I sacrifice my bird. 1v1 Immortal bug versus Immortal Aqua is usually pretty bad news for the bug. So following the next round, I'm still firing away here. I'm going to keep using my energy. I know that this is risky and that he probably has a lot of shield, but I'm just going to stick with my game plan. Luckily, I fade 2 Godas, and luckily he didn't have a Timber to play to regain shield. He lives with 1 HP, so we got to still deal with this Dusk, and now his Beast is coming after us, and here I do something interesting. I gained an energy from Cottontail that last turn, and I am playing a single snail here, and that is mostly to avoid a Rice from this backline Mech, because I haven't seen him play one yet, and I'm anticipating it. My frontliner dies. I avoid the rice simply by playing the snail shell. So here I took a lot of time to think about what to do. I know he has 4 energy, which leaves me in a bit of a tricky spot, and I considered playing egg here as well, but decided against it, and I'm just getting rid of this attack down with a tri-feather so I can have, you know, potential to play 4 bird cards next round. I brick wall my bug. I figure this is a round that he goes pretty hard, and sure enough he does. Unfortunately, and this really hurt, he is going to have just enough damage here to get the kill with his square teeth. And I was so sad when this happened because now it's looking like I am in very bad shape. And going into the next round with just 3 energy, I really thought the only way he could win would be to shield up his Aqua, like very much shield up the Aqua. And I think he takes a slightly different approach. I kind of thought he was going to play his defensive cards on his Aqua, and I fire an entire clip thinking, well, if I can eliminate this and draw well against this mech, I can still potentially win the game. So I go with ultimate damage. It ends up working against me because now I still have an attack down on my bird, and he started to chip away and do damage here with Risky Beast and Might Bite, and we redraw a Tri-Feather and we redraw a Peacemaker, and this mech has almost no shield on him, and just barely, we're gonna do 202 damage. He still has 2 attack cards here. He plays the rice, he plays the dual blade. That's it. I mean, extremely close against one of the best in the world. I mean, Thunderstruck is a classic GOAT. There's no doubt about that. So this was another really difficult game and opponent. Japoi has been in the top 100, a top classic player. I've faced this name many times. And I also don't love having to play against this team, the double discard bug with the Aqua. It's another one where I have to be very careful with this bird because it's often going to be in trouble against a Koi Aqua, so I have to sacrifice at the right time. And in round 1, he fully goes for it here, which I usually anticipate with this team, but I didn't want to play any combo cards here because it's kind of random to play a peace treaty without the combo damage bonus or a way to get out of it if he plays Fishknack, and oftentimes people do play Fishknack round 1. So I just decided to pass, and yeah, I know I'm going to lose a card or 2, but it's a risk I'm willing to take. We have some decisions, and I know he only has 2 energy, so I go with the egg. A really common round 2 play, knowing that the opponent cannot kill you with only 2 energy, so he is going to use this basically into nothing. Now, yes, it will be easy for him to kill my bird later when I egg again, but regardless, this buys us a lot of time. I can use all of my plant cards up front. I know that was a lot of shield to not gain any benefit from, and I actually thought about just playing the shield, but he had attack up with Pocky, and I thought that maybe with a Risky Fish and Pocky, it might be enough to kill my plant, and that would have been really bad with all those cards. So yeah, you could have gone either way there, but I did play the egg. I utilized my plant cards. I get through the first bug, and now we're on to the second one. I'm counting energy for sure here. I know he has 2. I think it's a pretty clear pass for me, but we get lucky. He only gets 1 discard in here, and now knowing he has 2 energy, I actually decide to pass again. He cannot kill any of my Axies. However, a bit of an oversight because he has Scarab, and he's playing that right into my bug. So here I end up really wishing I had played my cards. I also would have killed this bug super easily. So this was kind of a scary moment for me for sure. We need to rebound. I know I'm going to see a Fishknack here. I don't have a 0 cost to play to get rid of the stun. So I just go with everything that I have. And we put this bug into last stand. He doesn't kill my bird, so that's fortunate, but this is so awkward. Look at what's happening here. Again, keeping track of energy. He has 3. He just played 1 Fishknack. Let's get this bug out of the way. I need to survive with my bug, and so I go full everything. Double mosquito, snail shell, parasite, and he actually is unable to get the kill given the fact that he doesn't have any 0 cost. We crit, mosquito crit at the perfect time. We discard a card, doesn't matter though, he still has 7, which is heaps. And then here, I think just with our bird damage alone, even though he manages to not quite kill the bug, but it doesn't matter anyway because we've got the bird damage. Even with the reflect though, I live. Last one, Tri-Feather, get rid of that Aqua, and we get the final game actually, which allowed us to stack up 8 wins and make it to round 5. It looks like there's a lot of very exciting things in the future for Classic. I cannot wait to see what they do next. I can't wait to make some dedicated videos on the Cursed Coliseum, but just so you know, I have been live streaming Classic pretty much every day. You can find a VOD of me getting 12 wins in the Cursed Coliseum about a week ago. I'm playing the Grand Tournament and live streaming most of it. Tons of content for you guys to jump into if you want to see more of classic gameplay, and I'm definitely going to cover other builds in the future as well as the game continues to develop. But I hope that this has piqued your interest at least, and there will be another big classic video soon where I talk about possible ways of earning SLP and things you want to be thinking about. I might even wait until they actually make the official announcement, but when they do, I'll be on it and I'll be covering it. I love you guys. Hope you enjoyed this one. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.